Hey everyone, welcome to my home and welcome to my channel, A Ginger Can. And today, A Ginger Can continue with the Raspberry Pi project for amateur radio. It's going to get a little technical and I want to talk about the project in general too later on. Now, I need to discuss the direction. In the last video of the Raspberry Pi project, I put the case together and I put the SD card into the case already flashed with Raspbian Buster, the latest version at that time. That was last month. And since then, like anything with computers, something new has come out. So there is a Ham Pi version of Raspbian that someone went through a lot of trouble and a lot of work to just pack this thing full of amateur radio applications so that we don't have to download them ourselves, configure them, get them all set up. The direction that I was going previously was to use a standard Raspbian build and then a script written by, I think his name's Jason. I always mess up his name. KM4ACK. Guy out in Tennessee, really good guy. I like his videos. I'll leave a link down below if you want to check him out. He wrote a script that will download and install the vast majority of applications and update them. But I've discovered that this version of Ham Pi has a lot more built into it. So I'm going to try this first, and if this doesn't work out, then we can always go back, reflash, and install Jason's script. I keep wanting to call him Kevin, and I know that's not right. This is the SourceForge page for Ham Pi where you can download it. I'll leave a link down below. It's really easy, just download, and it's about 3 gigs. Let's see, let's look. Go to the latest release. Yeah, 3.3 gigs. So it takes a couple of minutes to download. I've already downloaded it, thankfully. And the other thing you're going to need is Balena Etcher. Again, I'll leave a link down below. This is free. It runs on Windows. I'm fairly certain it'll run on Mac. It does. And you'll need this to write the image to the SD card. So once you've downloaded Ham Pi, you've got that set up. You've downloaded Balena Etcher, you've got that installed, you take your SD card and we'll load it. So we have Balena Etcher open, we're going to flash from file. I have the Ham Pi on the desktop. We'll open that. We're going to select the target. Make sure you select the correct target. This is my 2 terabyte drive. That's not the target. The 64 gig SD card, that's my target. Now this is a really large image of Raspbian, so you're going to need at least 32 gigs just to be safe. It's going to expand, and we'll take a look at the size here in a minute. So we're going to select the generic 64 gig. Make sure you have the right drive selected because it will really mess up your day if you don't. And we'll flash it. And this is going to take a couple of minutes. It says about 10 minutes. I'll come back in about 11 minutes and we'll keep going. I'll see you in a little bit once this is done flashing and we'll continue the video. Alright, I'm back and I just want to talk a little bit about Raspberry Pi. We're used to Windows or Mac OS, we've had it for a long time. Linux is a very different beast. It's very user-centric. Where, you know, Windows hides a lot of things it does in the background. Linux, you can take control of that. You can write your own kernel, which is the core of the operating system. So this is validating. It's going to take a couple more minutes. And so with that said, it's not so easy just to install programs. There's a lot of things that just aren't written for Linux. They're written for Windows, specifically like RT systems, programming software. I don't think Chirp has a Linux version. So there's a lot of things that you're not going to be able to do with Raspberry Pi or Linux in general. Ham Radio Deluxe, there's no Linux version. A lot of the controlling software, like for ICOM, they have the RSBA1, I think it's called. That doesn't run on Linux. So you're stuck with FLRig. It's not pretty, but it works. So I want to put that out there, and if that's not for you, if you're looking for a way to emulate everything you can do on Windows on Raspberry Pi, that's just not going to work out for you. I'm sorry. So I want to put that out there. I should have done that in the very first video. I just thought about it a little while ago as I was going through a a lot of the different versions that are out there, and I want to show you an example. I have this text file. So this is to upgrade from the previous version of a HandPy to the new version, because you have to flash the card. So it's telling you to back up all of your information. And this, you can copy and paste into a terminal window, but this is one command to run, and it'll back everything up. Install updates or patches, like with Windows. Every once in a while, there'll be hot fixes or security patches, and they'll install whenever you don't want them to. It's the most annoying thing. All right, Flash is complete. With Linux, you're in full control, and it's really easy to do, but it's something that you have to do. You have to remember to do regularly. So we're gonna go ahead and close this. No, we're not going to reformat the drive. So again, if that's not your cup of tea, that's fine. This is not a Windows replacement kind of build. I did talk about trying to verify the size of the image. Unfortunately, Windows can't read the SD card, and I don't want to format it, so we're not going to do that until we get into the Pi. Speaking of the Pi, I made some changes, and it's a little haphazard right now, so forgive me. Let's get this, there we go. So here I added heat sinks, because these Pi 4s do run a little warm. And since I added heat sinks, I had to flip the fan onto the outside of the case. And it was fairly simple, because you can fit the headers right through these holes. And all I did was, it's still blowing down, and I just swapped the bolts around, got the nuts on the outside now. It's not pretty, but it will function very well. And like I said, these Pi 4s run pretty hot. I'll have a link for the heat sinks down below, so you can purchase them if you want. So yeah, that's all I got for this month's video. So thank you for watching. This has been a Ginger Cam. My name is Brian. My amateur radio call sign is Kilo 6 Oscar Golf Romeo. And today a Ginger can change up his Pi project at the last minute, because something new and better has come out, or so we think. I'm really looking forward to getting this powered on in the next video. I know I promised that last video, but again, things change and life happens. So please stick with me. We'll get it powered on next video, I promise. And then we'll go through some of the initial settings, and we'll poke around the menus and see what we have installed. Thank you all for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below. If you want to see a different build, if you're looking for specific programs, let me know. Maybe we can work it in. And yeah, that's all I got for this week. I'll catch you all in the next video.